Hey everyone, what's up? It's Kahoob here. Welcome to Bitcoin for Beginners Part 5. Today I'm going to be showing you different metal seed phrase protectors, and I'll have a link down in the description for you to check them out as well, for you to decide which one is best for you, or maybe you'll even want to use multiple seed phrase protectors. So a metal seed phrase protector is designed to protect your 24-word seed phrase from being destroyed by fire, water, corrosion, if that's how it's pronounced, and any other elements. So it is very important to get a good one. So in the last Bitcoin for Beginners episode, I explained how your 24 words is basically your master key to your Bitcoin, and that if you ever uninstall a wallet from your phone or computer, you will need your 24 words. You will not be able to just simply reinstall a wallet app and then re-log in using a username and password. That just won't work, that doesn't exist. What you will need though is your 24 words to restore your wallet again to gain back access to your Bitcoin. So make sure you have your 24 words, as that's how you'll gain access back to your Bitcoin if anything ever happens to your wallet. All right, so to show the importance of this, let me just tell you a little personal story that happened to me with the Bitcoin wallet. So, I've personally stored Bitcoin in a hot wallet using a mobile app, and so it was a mobile hot wallet. And I made sure to write down the 24 words. It was actually 12. It's just different variations, 12, 18, 24, and so on. But I personally used, it was a 12-word. Most mobile hot wallets that are specific to that use 12 words, but that's kind of besides the point. Anyways, my phone actually broke, and I lost a lot of things on it. And I got a new phone, but I was able to actually transfer stuff from my old phone to my new phone. But when it came to like transferring the apps and stuff like that, it would download the app, but I was not logged into any of them. So every time they would download, I got the apps back that I had on my old phone, but like I said, they were not logged in. So, when it re-downloaded the Bitcoin wallet, I was actually not able to look inside my Bitcoin wallet anymore. It just would say create wallet and basically new wallet or import wallet. So the only way for me to regain access to that wallet would be the 24-word seed phrase or 12-word for that one. So, if I did not write down those words, I would have lost a lot of Bitcoin. But luckily, I had those words written down. I was able to go find them where I stored them safely, where I live, or it doesn't even have to be where you live. It can be off-site, just somewhere safe and protected. Any way you want to do it. It can be split up in multiple locations, 12 words somewhere, the other 12 words somewhere else. Doesn't matter, but as long as, it does matter, but as long as you don't make it too convoluted or confusing for yourself, and as long as you make sure it's safe and that you're the only one who has access or knows where it's at. So as a reminder, just make sure to properly secure your 24 words. So if you go to this website down in the description, which I'm showing right here, it says that it shows the heat grade, the corrosion grade, the crush grade, as well as the price for the metal seed phrase protectors. And the one I personally like is the Black Seed ink, which I'll show you right here. But the thing about this one is that if you're like younger in age, like I don't know, if you're 13 or something like that, or if you're just a teenager or younger, a child even, you might want to avoid this one as it uses an etching tool to carve in the 24-word seed phrase onto the plate. So you just got to be careful with the etching tool to make sure that you don't cut yourself or anything like that. You don't want to harm yourself at all. So you got to be careful with this one. But there's other ones that don't require etching and aren't as dangerous and stuff. Also, you technically should be buying 2 of these Black Seed inks so you can cover the words better and get the screws and washers to bind and cover the data pressed against each other if you were to get this one. But personally, I got this one and I only got one plate, as it was shows it a lot cheaper. When you look right here at the Black Seed ink, it shows it $27, but it's not as well protected that way. In reality, it's double that, so you don't have times that 27 by 2. But so that's for the Black Seed ink, and personally, this Black Seed ink right here, it shows the heat stress test, the corrosion stress test, the crush test. You can see it's pretty good for the most part. I mean, you have to realize this is like intentional, like heat and intentional corrosion and crush and all that. When it comes to just accidents and fires and all that, it might not be as bad. The one on the right is the one that's the one, like right here, you can see it comes out easier because he actually etched it really well and took his time on the right one, so it's easier to see. The left one, he did it lightly, which he said doesn't really count. So just use the right one kind of more and make sure you actually etch it good. But that's if you use this one. You don't have to get this one. I'll show you some. I'll show you like a couple others. But you know, like I was saying, personally, this was not my first seed phrase protector. Something like the Kobo tablet was pretty much my first ever metal seed phrase protector, which I'll show here, the Kobo tablet. And, I never actually saw any real tests with any of the metal protectors, the seed phrase protectors, before I even made a purchase for any of them. But luckily, this website right here shows how good the protectors really are, and I think it kind of has less bias. Maybe this person was paid for some of them or something, but I just see it as a lot less bias compared to the actual company doing it, because I've seen durability tests by the companies themselves, but obviously I would not count those as like actually knowing how well they work, just because obviously they're not going to show their product sucking or being bad or anything. So I liked this one because it was just 24 words. You can see the first 12 in there. On the other side, it's the other 12, and then you can close it. And it's got a little hole right here because then you can put a little lock on it, which is pretty cool. So anyone can't just grab it and open it. They'd have to get the lock open first. But you'd still want to put it in a safe, secure area as well. Just because it's pretty easy to, saw off a lock or whatever you need to do to get rid of the lock. So, and you don't need to use a lock either. It's just extra protection. But I would make sure to hide this. No matter what seed phrase protector you get, hide it because it's your 24 words, and make sure no one finds it at all. But, lastly, I would just try to pick a metal seed phrase protector that makes the most sense to you, as some of these can actually be kind of difficult to understand how they work and be a bit too confusing for you. So, or even me, I saw some that looked way too confusing. So just make sure you will understand how to store your seed phrase correctly, especially for down the road when you may eventually need to use it and it would suck to forget how it works, because maybe you do get a very complicated one, but you watch a YouTube video, you learn how it works, and years down the road you need it and then you forget how it works, you can't find a video anymore or something like that. Just make sure you get one that you won't have any issues with down the road. I personally just like the plain English with the 24 words in a row. So that's what I got. Mine's the black CD ink. As you can see, I was able to just write down the 24 words in a row like that. This also is similar, except the Kobo tablet actually got kind of a bad rating. I think the overall is on the very left, so it looks like it got a C. Yeah, the overall grade is a C. So I would not get the Kobo tablet if I were you, but there's ones just like it that could have a better grade. So I would just look at this list, and obviously I would not get the ones that say F, so pretty much avoid the Fs, avoid the Ds and the C minus. I personally would go for all the A's. I wouldn't mind the A minus either. So A and A minus I'd go for. If you understand one of the ones that are A and you can afford it, it's in a good price range, and you understand how it works and all that, then just get one that's with an A. If you have to move down to an A minus because of the price, or it's just easier for you to understand, then go ahead. But I would try to definitely avoid the C's, D's, and F's. But yeah. So I would just like to mention that as a final reminder, make sure to never share your seed phrase with anyone. So not even with the companies that you're buying these metal seed phrase protectors from. No matter who the person is or claims to be, just never share your seed phrase. So I'm going to click on a few more. And you can see like this one, it says simple, straightforward setup. But if you look at this 1, 2, 4, 2048, up to 12, you may wonder how this even works. And you can see that this is their seed phrase, which is their 24 words or 12 words. And you may not even understand what this means or how that works. And it may be too confusing for you like that. For me, this is way too confusing. I don't understand this at all. This is a perfect example of one I would never get. Obviously, I could look up a YouTube video and learn how it works, but and that would be a good idea. But the thing is, if there's easier ones to understand and they're also good enough, then why not just do those ones? And let's go back and look at like one of these. Okay, this could be also too confusing. We can also just look up at a bunch of different ones. There also does seem to be a trend on the ones that do seem a bit better. They generally look a bit more confusing. but I'm going to try to find one that's a lot simpler. I'm going to pause the video real quick and then try to find one that is a lot easier, and to give another example, kind of like the black seed ink. Okay, it seems I found one. It's an A- impressed seed titanium. Here's the setup. Oh, but looks like you do need to etch it. Or, oh, these are stamps. So stamps are a lot safer in my opinion. So I did have one before that was stamping. There's different ways to do it. Like I'll look up a video right now to show this one. Okay, I don't have a video, but here's an example of what it would be. You'd get these letters, usually A through Z, and then you would just put it on like the row and take one letter and then use this hammer right here to then just hit it against the plate really hard. So you have to be careful not to hit your hand or anything with the hammer, but and you don't need to hit, like, you do need to hit it kind of hard and like multiple times probably, just to make sure you really get it in there in case fire or anything happens. You want to make sure it's actually stamped in good. But these can also be easy to mess up and you can't really redo it, so you got to be careful with them, not only for your safety but also to make sure you don't mess up the plate or you just need to buy a new one. So there's just different ones. It just depends what you like and also what's good. So I personally liked the etching tool one, so that's what I did. But yeah, so I hope you all enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more future content like this, and leave a comment down below if you have any questions about seed phrases and seed phrase metal protectors, or anything else that I might be able to help you with. And you can also join my Telegram group down in the description, and you ask me anything or anything like that. And you can also join this cool Bitcoin Discord group that I am in, and a lot of people there would also be willing to help you out if I am not able to either. So there's that. And yeah, so that's basically it for this video, and I'll see you all in the next one.